Travis Kelce is headed back to the Super Bowl, but, he can't leave Conference Championship Sunday to rest until we get an understanding as to what happened during the dust-up between him and Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker tried to say, it was all just some gamesmanship, no big deal, whatever. Well, Travis Kelce was on the New Heights podcast with his brother Jason, and he explained the altercation with Justin Tucker, the kicker of the Ravens pregame.
If you're trying to go onto the other team's designated area, you kind of stay out of their way. You don't interfere with what they have going on.
That is the unwritten rule.
That's the unwritten rule. If you want to be about it, you keep your helmet and your football and your kicking tee right where the quarterbacks are warming up and they're dropping. Eyes are looking left and they got a helmet down by their feet.
It's actually kind of dangerous, really, but
if you're not going to pick that up, I'll happily move that for you. Justin came out and he said it was more of a joking gesture and kind of a fun competitive. And I get it. I mean, he was kind of winking at me, like being a about it, like trying to get under the skin.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
I get it, but
he got under
me,
skin a little bit.
Me and Pat, we've been having the same mentality for this game all week long, man.
Yeah.
And it was you got to go in there and have the right mind frame, have the right mindset. And we just weren't in a joking mood. We were ready to get after it. And so, Justin, sorry if we took it to a level that you didn't think it'd get to that way, but if you're going to be a I promise you, I can one-up you every time.
Jeez. A lot of slander on maybe the greatest kicker of all time. I'm Team Tucker all the way. Have been pretty consistent about this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What were you consistent about?
Just, the idea that you're just going to sit here and bully a kicker who's trying to get his work in pregame. And and you're going to do it in his own house. You don't have a house guest come over and tell you, how things should be arranged. It's his stadium.
Because for you relate to Justin Tucker more than you relate to Travis Kelce.
What are you getting
Jason
at there?
Kelce, huh?
What are you getting at there?
I mean, what do you mean?
What are you saying?
Well, I just told you what I was saying.
I know, but what do you mean? I relate more to him in what sense?
You said you've been with him for day one. I mean, maybe you relate to him more.
No, I'm consistent. I sided with him. Are you trying to say that in this dynamic, I'm the kicker? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what you're getting at?
You said
there?
it, not me. Damn. I just was saying you was
I think what he's trying to say is because a kicker's closer to being a pedestrian, that's maybe closer to what you are. I don't know.
A civilian?
I'm just trying to guess because LaVar's not, he's not really outright saying it.
I mean,
you guys said it, not me.
Hey, listen, Justin Tucker's a talented guy. He sings opera. He's
here's my thing is, it obviously he was just trying to mess with those guys. Clearly, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce weren't having any of that, based on how that went and before the game. But this is something that the NFL might want to look at in regards to pregame, only because. It is a bit odd. I mean, Tucker was in their space, their designated portion of the field. The unwritten rule is, those guys got to get out of the way. Like, go down to your portion of the field and kick there with your team. And for whatever reason, and I know it's Tucker's routine and he's done it forever and all that crap, he didn't really want to adhere to it. And obviously, it's not like Mahomes and Kelce and the rest of those guys haven't had their routine for a while. And it sounds like the only person who's ever been an issue with it is Tucker. So it is what it is. And Justin Tucker may go down as the greatest kicker of all time in NFL history. But you know what? Patrick Mahomes may go down as the greatest quarterback in NFL history. And I can promise you this, the NFL probably cares about the well-being of Patrick Mahomes more than anyone else in that regard. And so to Kelce's point, dropping back with your little sticks and your helmet and all that crap around, if you're not going to move it, this is one of those deals that it may be something where they kind of come out with new guidelines pregame and just say, look, don't be in the other team's territory. We're all trying to share the field pregame, but don't be doing that, especially as specialists, because they're out there first. They're out there before anyone else, but it could create issues like this moving forward.
Can you imagine if it came out a report that Patrick Mahomes sprains ankle in warm-ups? And then you find out why he sprayed his ankle. That would be crazy. And back to the rule, by the way. For most of us, it's the 50-yard line.
Right.
I have been in all kinds of, pregame dramas, especially in high school. If you remember historically, Warren Sapp was skipping through dudes' stretch lines. And I put it out there. I said, look, you're not going to come through. You don't go through nobody's stretch line. You don't. If you got to be on our side of the 50, it's because that's where your locker room is, and you respectfully stay on the side of the field and go down to where it is you're going to warm up. But don't come into don't come into our space. It's the 50-yard line. You get to that 50. Like, I've recalled times where my hair was standing up on my neck, and I'm talking to my teammates like, look at these MFers. They're catching the ball on the 50-yard. They're going beyond the 50-yard line catching the ball. Look at them. Look at. I think we're going to go over there. Yeah, we're going to head on over here. Look at them. They went a little further. Like, I can recall having those conversations because it's a show. It's a passive-aggressive. It's a $10 offense. It's a passive-aggressive way of trying to, like, exude dominance over the other team.
Yeah.
Like, we're tougher than you. Like, we don't have any regard for you. We don't care about you. That's the message you're sending. So we got to go ahead and handle that.
It's a bleep measuring contest.
I would have been like, Q, look at these. You stay here, man. You get warmed up. We got it. I got this, Q.
Then you take care of
business. And I'd have rolled on over there. And I'd have looked like I was warming up. Like, I went to go, I was going to catch a pass or something like that. And then happened to run right into one of them catching the ball. You know?
Samardzija and I were always, just kind of going over and talking to the cheerleaders from the other team.
Yeah. Good.
Usually we're
Good for you. I would have been like, hey, Q, that one right there. That
trying to see what's up,
I'll be back. I'd be like, Q, just save me one. Right. I'm going to be back.
Is that Jeff Samardzija?
Then they're going to blow the whistle. They're going to blow the whistle, and then Q and them going to be like, oh, LaVar, man. Golly. Well,
hey, by the way, it is interesting. You got Tucker, who's potentially the greatest kicker of all time. Kelce, as you mentioned, Brady, and then also Kelce, who could be the greatest tight end of all time. Three goats just have a little bit of a dust up before the game. There's only one way to solve this, though. And LaVar, you mentioned when you were in Vegas for that golf tournament when Kelce and Mahomes were there, Justin Tucker needs to find another kicker in the league, and we go kicker versus Mahomes and Kelce in a new match this upcoming year in the world of golf. They can throw it on.
Would it be another? Because technically, they probably would whomp Travis and Patrick
damn right.
Mahomes. They probably whomp them because they're like the best golfers. For something about their motion and the way they kick and all that. I don't know, but.
You can't do Harrison Butker because he doesn't want to go against his own teammates.
But wouldn't it need to be another Baltimore Raven?
Yeah, but it's the whole kicker thing.
Maybe the backup or the punter, maybe.
Well, what if you go like Brady? What if you do Phil Dawson? Could he golf? Was he a good golfer?
Oh, yeah, he's a great golfer.
Okay. Yeah, Phil Dawson, Justin Tucker versus Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce in Vegas. Yeah, let's make that happen.
I don't know if Kelce can golf. I know Mahomes can.
I mean, they did well last year, didn't they? Didn't they win last year? Mahomes and Kelce? I don't know.
I thought Mahomes played with Josh Allen.
No, wasn't Kelce with him last year?
Did Mahomes and Kelce play in one?
I mean, there were a lot of other guys there golfing.
Oh, okay.
Von Miller was there. There were a lot of guys there.
What are you guys talking about?
Like the match tournament, they do the match. It was originally Tiger versus Phil.
Oh, they did win it. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I obviously didn't watch.
Yeah, so. Me neither.
I stopped watching after because it was Mahomes and Allen took on Rodgers and Brady.
Yeah,
there it is.